The next checkpoint is pretty simple. Similar to the shadows, we are now going to be adding highlights and stars. Now, when you're doing this, don't do it to any of the parts of your letters where you have added a pattern by using the draw inside mode. We're only going to be doing this to the flat areas of your type or of your words here. Okay, so first thing is select the part of your type you want to add your highlight to. And then we're going to come up to Object and expand it, Fill and Stroke. Then go to your pen tool and decide how you want your highlight to be going. They look pretty good if you just do a very straight one. That's probably a bit too much. If you want to do a kind of a curved one, all right, so just click and then come back to your anchor point, hold your Alt or Option to reset that anchor, and then come up here, and you might have to come up a little bit until you have curved it enough. There we go. So there would be an example of a good kind of curved. But for me, I'm just going to do a straight one across. I think just right across the end here. So I will this, come back up. All right. Now, first thing I need to do after I have expanded this, I need to Command-C, copy it, and then Command-F, paste it right in front. Then I need to select that one in front and select this shape I made with my pen tool. Then come to my Shape Builder tool and click on the areas where that highlight's going to be. So right there, right here, and right there. And then come back to my Move tool and delete the sections that I don't need. Okay, so now I need to select, hold my Shift button, all of these little sections, and I need to tell Illustrator to view these as one single vector, not a grouped, because if I were to group it, Illustrator still reads them as 3 separate vectors grouped together. But I need to tell Illustrator to think of it as a single vector. So I'm going to come down to Compound Path and click on Make. And then we're going to go to our gradient panel and just click on that gradient. And you want to go from white to white. So I'm going to click on my black one to make sure it's white. And then with this far right one here selected, you want its opacity down here to be 0%. And then you can come back over to your gradient tool in your toolbar and redraw out how you want that gradient to be. So maybe right about there, like that. That's pretty good. And there we go. That is the gradient there. And then we're going to go to our star tool, which is in with your shapes. And hold your... So you're going to see this, right? But in order to get the effect we want, when you click and drag out, hold your Shift and Command button in order to get this pointed star look. And if it's applying the gradient to it, just come over here, all right, and select the solid color here. So there I got my pointed star, and I'm going to add it here in a few places. And hold my Shift and Alt or Option button maybe to make it a little bit smaller, and then position it where I want. So that's a good spot there. Maybe I'll turn it around like so. And I'll add another one hold my Alt button to drag out another one. I'll make it a little bit smaller and put it maybe right here. There we go. Okay. And I would probably do it to the face of the T here. If you're going to do it to a bottom portion like this, where it curves, this is where you're going to want to use your pen tool so that it curves. So I would just click here and then make sure there's a curve there. And then hold my Alt or Option button to get that anchor point back in. And then get that the way I want it. Maybe right about there. Hold my Alt or Option button and finish that shape there. And then I'll fill it. Okay, then zoom in. Remember, before I use my shape builder tool, I need to click on the shape that I'm going to be adding this gradient to, and I need to expand it. Expand. Fill and stroke OK. Then I need to copy it, Command C, and then paste it right in front, Command F. Now I can click off and I can click my shape that I made with the pen tool and my bottom shape there. Go to my shape builder tool and just click on what I want to be that gradient shape there to cut it out. And then cut out my other portions. And then click back on that shape, go to my gradient, just click on it, and then I can change how I want that gradient to go. Right about there. All right. Not bad. All right, so for the rest of this checkpoint, now I would add maybe a star right there as well. You're going to be adding some highlights such as this and little star, reflective points throughout all of your letters. And again, remember, you're not going to do it on anything like this where you made with the draw inside mode, just on the solid color ones.